morning, everybody. Whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or around the world, this is Coast to Coast. Happy April Fool's Day, guys. How you doing today?
I am doing well. How'd it go yesterday?
Good. Yeah, no, it was a great show. It was a great show.
Great show. Guest came on, was nice. Complimented Alabama. I was like, wow, I didn't know what that felt like to get encouragement. So good start for me. I was loving it. It's great.
Yeah, he was just excited about Alabama because they feed
I
that
don't even know what you're
program.
about to say, but I'm like cutting it off now. I'm riding my high of excitement and riding the wave, and you're not going to knock me down.
They feed that NFL program. I mean, Alabama is good for a couple of things, and that is for football players.
Yes, there is that.
So,
we did learn quite a bit, though. Like, I didn't realize the academy was actually for high school age kids. So I thought it was, I thought it was like an alternative college type of thing.
Same here before we started.
And so, yeah, so that was good to know. It's, it was good information. It was good information. It was very cool.
So just from that little bit of information, this is like a program that takes like a 2-star recruit and makes them into a 3 or a 4-star recruit.
No.
They don't take American kids.
Yeah, they don't take American kids at all. But
oh wow, so this is like a 0-star. Like, hey, we're going to teach you football.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, you could be playing Canadian football, and they're trying to give you a better path to get Division I offers and stuff like that. But he mentioned specifically for North America, it's Canadian and Mexico, like Canada, Mexico. That's where they recruit more from this.
Yeah,
side.
but they pull from I think he said 22 countries. So I mean, like it's a pretty wide range. But no, he said they have 4- and 5-star recruits.
Oh, got you. And is one of those countries Alabama?
One of those countries, yes.
Somehow you think that makes me look worse than you. That's how.
No, I'm not being funny. Come on, we know what we're talking about. I'm being funny.
I don't even know.
Man.
I know Alabama was like the 18th state, right? Am I somewhere in there? 18th, maybe 20th.
I believe you. Sure. I actually don't know offhand.
I thought Mr. Alabama guy would know that, but
I wasn't even born in Alabama, man. It's not like I grew up learning Alabama history.
All right. Well, this started off great. Hey, listen, I will tell you
every other show. What are you talking about? Thank you, Don. I love you.
So, anyways, I actually did my first political speech yesterday. Actually, it went very well. It wasn't political at all. Interestingly enough, Pennsylvania.
It's kind of like your Alabama facts. You don't actually have any. I got you.
So what made it a political speech was the fact that it was done in front of the mayor's office and the governor was there and things of that. It was the first time having that type of speech in front of major, like it was like every news facility was there. And it's, like I said, you're talking in that capacity. It wasn't political, but it was in that capacity.
Okay.
And, interestingly enough, the state of Pennsylvania is home to 4-5 major sporting events this year. And
yes,
exactly, Nick, exactly. Thank you very much, Donna. See, there it is. So, anyways, Visit PA has named me
you
one
looked
of.
good talking. That means she had it on mute. She's just like, I can't do this.
Exactly. I didn't know what you said, but you definitely looked all right, especially with all the mascots in front of you. They were cheering you on great. But Visit PA is named me one of the playmakers of 2026.
Oh, cool.
and I got to conclude the ceremony with a 1.5-minute long speech
Nice. Very cool.
that got everybody up into a frenzy. Yeah, we all appreciate
we're in rare form.
you did listen.
I know, right? See, this is how you know we spend a lot of time together, because we just spent the first like 6 minutes of this going at each other for no reason.
Exactly. It's hey, you know what? And that just shows that we missed the pregame.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, yeah, you should show up early.
I sure try. They didn't want me on the show today, Donna.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it does help if I send you the link, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but,
why did you
but
show
anyways.
up? You didn't send me a link. Okay, that's fair. What's up,
I tell you,
Bill?
this is
Oh, maybe
you know, the love that I feel in this room right now is just overwhelming.
That's right. Who needs enemies when you have friends like this?
Yes.
Exactly. Let's go. But anyways, there was sports that happened yesterday, and I am going to start with, you know, something that Alabama should be able to talk a lot about. Italy did not make it to the
Oh, I
World
know.
Cup.
For 3 years in a row now.
This is
I mean,
the
3
third
rows-
time
yeah,
since
third in a row.
2014.
Yes, that's.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
Bosnia
asking
Herzegovina.
somebody's getting fired stage. Somebody's probably getting axed, literally.
I would agree with that. So Italy has won the World Cup 4 times, and it amongst countries that have won the World Cup, normally they make it in all the time.
Right.
And the fact that they have not made it in the last 3 attempts is going to have some heads roll. It will have some heads roll over there.
Yeah.
They
it
lost.
has
They lost on penalty kicks
Right.
to Bosnia Herzegovina,
Right.
and that was
Sorry,
an upset. Even though Bosnia was home,
Right.
Italy wound up losing. You know, getting a red card very early in the match and having to play with 10 guys. And Bosnia they were up 1-0. Bosnia was able to tie it up at, you know, fairly quickly. And then they played an hour and 15 minutes to a tie, 11-10.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then it went to penalty kicks, and Italy missed 2 penalty kicks. Bosnia did not miss. And that was and that's the end of that. The other big surprise, you know, as we're talking FIFA World Cup, Sweden makes it in, and Iraq, big surprise there. They were huge underdogs
Right.
and wound up winning that match. And then Turkey grabs the 4th spot.
Yeah.
So now we have everybody set for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Italy not making with their background and legacy and not making it. And this, I didn't even realize. I remember last time they didn't make it, you know, we had that hoopla, but not making it this time. I mean, you're almost like tear down the whole federation and start over with like something.
Mhm.
You just can't have this happen. And then you see some of these other countries that get in, it just makes it even worse. You're like, no, it's unacceptable. Something has to change throughout the whole thing.
To give them, you know, listen, it's not simple. The European grouping, because that's who they're playing up against. So that European grouping is a tough group to get through in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then they did get they had to go on the road both times, you know, so they had to go to Bosnia, they had to go to Ireland. They beat Ireland pretty handily. But Bosnia was, like I said, that, you know, you can't play 11-10
Right.
and think you're going to score a lot of goals. So you have to play really strong defense because the other team's got the ball all the time.
Yeah.
And Sweden.
Yes, we create alcoholics here. That's what we do.
It won't be alcohol until at least afternoon. So wait till the evening shows.
Herb was totally fine, and then we brought him on the show as a wrap. And Joe, since you guys don't play soccer well anymore, I guess you're going to have to start figuring out baseball, right?
I was going to say their baseball team did better than their soccer team, so that's got to be a little frustrating, right? So,
yeah, that baseball's the new national sport of Italy.
Man,
where at least Joe understands. Joe is there, and well, not that Joe likes soccer even a little bit. So, but that's out of all the countries that have Series A soccer or Premier League soccer, would it do numbers? Would it really though? Would anybody really want to watch that?
You're always insulting the pairing of us two together, but it's gold. I'm telling you. You can hate on it, and that's fine. But it's
no, I'm not hating on it at all. I think it would be great. I got the memo. I wore red today.
Bo did not get the memo.
I
didn't send out any memos either, so that was
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I actually don't really wear red in general. So yeah.
That's
just randomly. Yeah.
Yes. Like just a color you've cut out of your whole wardrobe. Like, no red.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it just it's not something I typically have in my closet, I guess.
Yeah.
Cowboy fan. Yeah.
I get it there, Joe. I understand that you only live in Italy and that's the national sport, but
right.
You're retired though, so I got to imagine you're playing a lot of pickleball. Anyways, in other sports, yesterday they had the balloon tap championships.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
It is one of those. So they have created ESPN 8 The Ocho. It is a real thing now.
Yes. Yes.
And I happened to be paying attention a little bit for whatever reason that was. And they had the balloon tap championships. And so what it is, it's two guys that just tap a balloon up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in a room that has a whole bunch of junk all over it.
Yeah,
like
that's
just, yeah. So like you have like a car, sofas, things like that. You are diving to make sure that the balloon doesn't touch the ground. And that's what you're doing your best to do. Hit the balloon so that your opponent cannot hit it back up again.
Wow.
And they had that championship yesterday.
Wow. Okay.
There was a winner. And that guy won a lot. He won some money.
There was a winner and it wasn't the viewers.
That's like that tag. I mean, they do have pro tag.
Yeah.
They do. That's at least interesting a little bit because of the like weird jungle gym course that they have.
Right.
Like you can't watch much of it, but like you'll be scrolling and then you'll pause on it. You'll be like, oh, okay, like that looks like I murder my shin right there. And
yeah. I've never watched the whole match. I've seen the clip and then go, ooh, nice move. All right, next. And then
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and the hard part about that is like inherently the goal is to try to be faster than the other person. And if you're the chase person, you definitely need to be faster because if you are a chase person and the other guy is faster, it doesn't matter. They're running circles around you and you can't get that. But it's interesting stuff. It is very interesting stuff.
It's a small enough course though. Like even if they're fast, like you still have to be able to be agile enough to like go under the platforms and
you have to put your points to agility and not to speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yes.
But
Agreed.
yeah, I mean, the Ocho is really good stuff. I mean, you can definitely check it all out there.
It is. Yes. Yeah. Now, I mean, some of the stuff they have on there is crazy. The fact that there is professional tag,
Yes.
apparently
Balloon.
balloon tapping. Just wow. Like, what are we doing?
And listen, I mean, not only that, they have lightsaber competitions, lightsaber championships.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And we struggle to get sponsorship for this show. Like, I don't understand. Like,
I'm gonna have to start getting some of those clips.
Yes.
We'll roll the clip.
Yes. They watched the first part of this show, they would definitely be sponsoring us right now.
for sure. Yeah. They're like, oh, you guys talk about sports. Yeah, no, we're good. But you guys are just going to make fun of each other. Yeah, let's go.
It's a tried and true formula.
Now I guess back to real sports. Should we go hockey or baseball?
Williamson throws it first. It's wide. It's backed up by Fortes. That should be a base hit for Bowers.
Runner did not touch first base and then was put out.
And I think that is the horrendous call. Where is C.B. Buckner looking?
He's not even looking at it. Why would he even say that?
C.B. Buckner was not even looking at the play.
He stepped right on top of first base. I'm not sure what C.B. Buckner's looking at there. That call.
Kevin Cash is laughing. Look at Murph. Those two guys are laughing. I can't wait to see that text chain between those two guys.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why it keeps muting me. You couldn't be missing more calls to start a season than he is. Like it is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to get fired.
When you go to that compilation now, there's a compilation of like 20 pitches he missed, like before getting to that play. So my only thing that I can think now is he's so mad that everyone's challenging his balls and strikes. He's like, okay, I'm gonna make a call so bad, you guys cannot challenge because I know the rules. Just as like a thumb, a middle finger up to everybody, because that was. I mean, the guy couldn't have touched the base any more than if you just popped both hands down there, jumped up on top of it, rolled over the bag. Like that was.
That's why I was like, if they bunny hop, right? Like lands both feet on it is the only way he could have been more safe in that instance. Yeah. And boom, he's
that
out.
Was wild.
Now they were able to challenge that.
I don't think that's a challengeable play.
That's not a challengeable play. That's why it stood. That's why they were so
you
mad.
saw him touch it from Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
I thought something like that is reviewable.
Mm-mm.
Because if he's calling that and that is unreviewable, baseball's got to change that.
If that truly is unreviewable, because I didn't watch that game, I just saw the clip. If that's the case, that's probably changed tomorrow. Like that's not we'll figure it out next season. That's no, we got to fix that.
Right. Well, I thought it was reviewed.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the first link I was looking at, but it says on here it was or later overturned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because there's no way something that egregious.
And it makes me wonder if he is deliberately trying to get fired.
That's what we were talking about before the show. You should have
in the production meeting. I agree with you, Phil. I think this is the way to go for him. He's like, all right, I don't want to do this anymore. My authority is being challenged every single time. But I'm not going to quit because I want them to have to give me something on the way out. So here we go.
Well, and that's what that makes me think of, because they gave Angel Hernandez a really nice package,
right,
to leave. You know what I mean? It was like, listen, we can't deal with this anymore from you, and I feel like he is going that route. Like, so Donna, the reason why he's not doing that, reason why he is not just quitting, is because if you do retire, your pension starts with. He wants to get the full pension.
Yeah.
That's the purpose in this. So he is creating a scenario where they will authorize a full pension. Because that's what Angel was doing. Angel was, I think, hit the threshold or was like a year away from the threshold,
Right.
and they gave him 5 years more, in essence.
Right.
So, and that's where in 5 years they gave his pension at that mark. So what he would have been making there.
Yeah.
That's what this guy's trying to do now. You know,
sure.
CB Buckner. I mean, it is bad. It is bad. I mean, like literally play after play after play. And you could tell like he rung him up on that one because he tapped his helmet twice.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, oh, he absolutely went. And then I'm going to toss, like, I am just going to do everything possible to frustrate everybody in baseball so that they have to get rid of me.
Right. No.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that's the strategy for sure. Some of them are just getting terrible. And you can tell by his body language and how he's making some of these calls as they go along. And, you know, you mentioned with the system, you have to challenge right away. These batters aren't even waiting. We're like, all right, he's in the middle of his call and they're already challenging some of them. I think Suarez was doing that the other night. It's
well,
everyone
some of
knows
them
at
are,
this point.
some of them are jumping in early because he's also been like, oh, you waited too long.
Right.
Right. So he's like, I'm not going to look dumb on this pitch. You waited too long to tap your helmet. It's like, well, I mean, okay.
So here's the other thing that I am interested in maybe having changed. Right now, the ABS is a 2-degree platform
I appreciate it.
at the back end of the square of the plate.
AI assistant from Google. You can speak naturally with me to get more done.
Okay, since Google's going to talk to us.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know whose side that is.
Wasn't me. Anyways, but it's in the back part of the square, and it's a 2-degree plane. I would like for them, if they're going to do it at 2 degrees, like a 2-degree plane, that it should be at the very front of the plate.
Oh,
not at the back
two-dimensional,
of the plate. Yeah, 2-dimensional. That's what I meant. Yeah.
I gotcha.
It should be at the front of the plate, or you should have 2 spots. One in the back plate, and one at back of the square, and then the front of the square, so that the Yankees, we were going after one of the umpires, and it was under 0.1 inches. You know, and realistically, at that point, you almost have to check the calibration of the unit.
For sure.
Checking that out. I mean, like he called it a strike. It was a ball by less than 1/10 of an inch.
Sure.
It actually said less than 1/10 of an inch, and they were giving him grief about it. And they were showing that if they put the ABS at the front of the plate, it would have been a strike. And the truth of the matter is that really, isn't it the front of the plate that it should be?
Yeah.
That this should be it.
It just has to catch a corner. So, I mean, that's where I don't like that it's just a 2-dimensional plane anyway. Like, you have the technology and the amount of cameras to give you a 3-dimensional plate that you could view the whole thing. So if that thing curves in at the end of the plate, or it shoots across the front as a slider or something like that, you should be able to decipher that. Now, you may not be able to as the ump, but we're not worried about that, right? This is ABS. So why not just implement all of the technology and have a 3-dimensional field that this thing can go through? Because it has one that it flies through on its own anyway.
I would agree with that. The reason that they're not, I guess, is just to try to make this easier. I try to make it, okay, this is very simple. Trying to have it go through a 3-dimensional plane on a screen as it checks that, and it hit the one corner here and then curved out. Like, how hard is that to really kind of show?
I mean, again, it's AI making the decisions. So it's not like it's a group of guys sitting there watching it. It's it's markers and a bunch of cameras. So like I don't feel like it would be that much different because it'd still be viewing it in real time and everything anyway.
Right.
So the technology's there.
Yeah, you'd probably
don't do
catch
it.
way more mistakes though at that point. And I wonder if they're trying to avoid even more embarrassment. Like it's probably already been a little embarrassing the way they've got it. So the more you increase it, and that's a spitball. I have no idea because I agree.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go,
I mean,
go all
some of these might end up being what they called, right?
Mhm.
Generally strikes, right? Balls are going to be balls no matter what. But
Right.
but some of these might touch a different piece of the plate that this two-dimensional field is currently missing.
Right.
So
I got you.
so it might actually make them more correct, right? On some of their strike calls because
Right.
they're like, oh, that's a ball. Well, maybe, but it also, it might have grabbed the back side of the plate or the front side of the plate or something like that. So I mean, it might actually help their accuracy if it was a three-dimensional field.
Well, and that's kind of what we were thinking here, that if it was a sinker pitch
Yeah.
that guy had thrown and it had dropped 1/10 of an inch, it was in the zone, and then it,
Exactly.
by the time it got to the two-dimensional plate, just over the plate,
Yeah.
that it would have dropped that much. You think about this in a very strange sense. Guys that have very wicked curves that can go all the way out and come back in and be framed perfect, but it's possible that it actually misses the entire plate.
Yeah.
By the way that it comes in, but it still winds up dead center,
Right.
because of the way the curve went. I mean, there are pitchers that were able to do that.
Mhm.
And there's no, it's a wiffle ball pitch. You can't hit that. It's impossible to hit that in baseball.
Yeah.
But if you had the three-dimensional plane, you'd be able to see that.
No, exactly. And that's why I think ultimately it ends up going that way.
Yeah.
Because I think there will be enough frustration with the way that it currently is. It's still better than having nothing because some of these calls have been awful.
Right.
So I'm glad that it's here because for whatever reason, calling balls and strikes has somehow gotten harder. Not sure how that's possible, but somehow over the last 10, 15 years, it got way more difficult than it did over the first 100 years of baseball. But yes,
but we don't have any statistics for the first 100 years of baseball
no.
to be able to really determine whether it has gotten worse or not. We just dealt with it.
Well, it's highlighted. That's why it's worse.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
It's
not to say
highlighted right now.
Yeah, it's not to say that calls weren't missed. They were just missed on both sides, and gambling wasn't part of the sport, so
That's the big part right there.
You weren't really worried about an ump trying to like shave points or anything like that. Now it's always in the back of your mind because the leagues are like, don't gamble if you're in the sports, and then they're like, also brought to you by DraftKings and
Right.
MGM and FanDuel and all these guys. So it's a little bit ridiculous. But and of course, speaking of that, you can bet alongside us right here using this QR code on the screen up to 125%. First 3 deposits, 10% bet guarantee if you happen to follow our suggestions.
Yeah. You also have way more cameras these days and way more coverage of everything. So
No question. Yeah.
Back then it used to be like, hey, there's only like 2 games you're watching, and hey, the rest of them there was no coverage, so there's probably plenty of bad calls. Now every game is out there. Like you said, gambling is a big part of it, and we got 20 camera angles for every single one, so we know every bad call. Yeah, Nick, you gotta be quicker than that.
That's right. I don't miss a spot for our ads. And Donna, so that we don't completely miss this one. So they can't, because this isn't your standard employment. This is a union.
Mhm.
So it'd be like any other major union. Once you're in and past that initial, period where they can fire you pretty easily, after that, it's really hard to get fired from a union. Like there's so many steps. You got to mess up for so long to actually finally get fired, unless you're just out and out stealing from the company or anything.
Right.
That it is a ton of work to get fired from a union. So no, they can't really just go in and fire him. So.
And like I said, we watched and witnessed Angel Hernandez for years mess things up. CB Buckner's not going to have to go through all that, because now that precedence has been set.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the bearer of good news for him. Like I said, I think that this is now purpose. Like, because it takes a lot of cojones to be able to make the call that he missed first base.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wild. Like, I never saw Angel miss something that bad. And he was terrible at his job. Like, we were calling for him to get fired for 5 years. And I still never saw him straight miss an entire foot on a bag. I mean, that insane. Absolutely insane.
So, but he did miss some egregious calls, throughout his career. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, how do you make that call? Even if you're a little unsure, be like, hey, did he touch that bag? Like you got to almost you got to confer to your second baseman, like second base umpire, like, did you see him touch the bag? I didn't see him touch the bag, but nope, not CB.
No, he didn't.
He's out.
That's right. The worst part is that it's not even like he was sprinting through, double timing it, thinking, maybe he missed it just trying to get there. It's like he was like jogging through the bag there. It's like, there's no way you're missing that. Yeah. And he wasn't trying to advance. Like, he was just trying to do the right side peel out. Like, I'm taking my first base.
Well, and not only that, though, I mean, it's like, there's so much other stuff that's happening with the play. Everybody else saw him touch first base.
Yeah.
Did he tell the first baseman that he didn't touch, and that's why they were able to tag him? That's another thing that's kind of funny.
It felt like
somebody
there was
must have
said
a
call or a lack of a safe.
Somebody must have yelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he threw it. Yeah, because the catcher threw it back to the first baseman. So I mean, it's yeah. I mean, someone must have said something, because there wasn't a call. But there's no way that, like, literally everybody on the field saw that.
Right.
Everybody in the stadium saw it. Everybody, like, the only person that didn't was your umpire.
Yeah. Well, if you read the stuff, even both dugouts were laughing at the call, thinking, yeah, okay. Neither side actually believed it. So even the guys tagged him. It was like Christmas. They were like tagging. They looked at him. Yeah. He's like, I was like, oh, okay, great. We'll take this, because no idea what just happened.
I mean, that's why the coaches were laughing. They're like, there's no way. Like, what are we doing right now?
So I'm glad that, like I said, it was reviewable and that it wasn't a situation. They have to be able to review that. Oh, he didn't touch the bag. We can't review it. What? Oh, we can review tags and everything else, but us calling him out because he didn't touch the bag, can't review that one.
Yeah. No, and this is exactly right. When both teams are laughing, it's a bad call. Like, when it's going against you and you're like, really? That's what we're doing today? So, but yeah, that one I definitely had to bring on, because wow.
Yeah.
And insult to injury, it's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
That just missed all those calls behind the plate. Now he's missing them out at first base. And yeah, to your point, I think he is trying to find his way out. I would say, just based on the short sample size of the beginning of the year, he's already been ruled out of any kind of playoff, all-star game, any of that. Like, I'd say they're looking at this, body of work, and they're like, okay, so we're 6 games in. You have an entire season's worth of misses, so you're already out of everything else.
one weekend and you can already make your vacation plans. Yeah, that's you're getting fired. Yeah.
You might actually be done by the All-Star break. Like
we've all had that job where you had one of those guys that's been there so long that he knew he could get away with whatever, So that's CB Buckner at this point.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see what they do, because obviously there is there's nothing that we know of that holds any accountability beyond the call.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about him doing a World Series.
No.
Based on the first 6 games of the season, there's no way they're putting him in a high pressure situation, because in a low pressure situation, he is failing miserably. They can suspend him. They can't fire him, but they can suspend him. They did that to Angel a couple of different times, where they limited his action and then kept him from any kind of playoff, all-star, any of that. So they can do some of that stuff without out and out firing him. But yeah, I think you're probably right. They're going to find a way to, usher him out. Be like, hey, you know what? You're close enough. We'll give you the pension. Just you can only miss more calls if you're not on the field.
Right. Right.
And even then, they wouldn't do it indefinitely. They might do it for a series of games to try and get him to be like, hey, start being better. And then if you're not, then you can start taking more action against him. Again, that's something that Angel really set the precedent on, because they've never had to mess with it. They've had guys that were bad at times, but Angel was just consistently bad. And that appears to be the case with Buckner now. Basically, if shows like this know the umpire's name, it's generally bad. he can do the Phillies games. I like it.
As long as he's making the calls for us.
We're not saying it's an easy job, Jay. What we are saying is you should be able to see when an entire foot hits the bag, though.
Yeah.
Especially when it's in front of you, with nobody blocking your view.
Yeah.
Like behind the plate, I even kind of get it. You got a catcher in your way. If it's low on the opposing side, like I get how that strike zone can get stretched because you can't see it as well. There's no excuse to miss a guy touching first base that is directly in front of you, about 2 yards away.
Yeah.
Nobody impeding your vision. That's just you not.
In fact, in position to look like you're looking at it and then not looking at it, looking at watching the ball instead of watching.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Greg was great.
I didn't even think about that part. The bags are bigger. Like that's even worse.
We're giving you all the tools to get this right. And he's like, I'm good. Didn't need the help. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So there's that.
Exactly.
Moving on from baseball. We are in some, down the very final stretch for the wild card race here in the NHL. And the Kraken are doing all they can to make sure that they don't get a spot, which is funny because the teams around them are also trying to let them stay in it. So they're only 3 points behind, despite the fact that they are 1-6 in the last 7. They have collected a few points based on overtime losses, but at the same time, somehow, despite all those losses, they're still only 3 points back. 9 games left. They'd have to be almost perfect to be able to get through this. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night as they come back here. They finish their road trip. But based on what we're seeing on the floor, it sure doesn't look like we're going to postseason play here in Seattle.
Yeah, the tough part about that is that the Utah is pretty good Not great, but they're pretty good. The Blackhawks and the Jets should be wins. You need those wins. You need to be able to get them. The Wild's probably a loss. They're the top 3 in the conference. The Golden Knights, now that they have a new coach, and it's Tortorella, and although I'm not a fan of Tortorella, he is the perfect coach for short-term situations. So I look at that's going to probably be a resurgence for the Golden Knights, and you have 2 games against the Golden Knights specifically, and then your final game is against the Avalanche, where they're going to be bringing back anybody who's been hurt all season long to come back for that game. So you're going to probably lose that game too. So at this, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. The Kings and the Flames are fights. And so Nashville is the team that you are chasing. You still have a game in hand against them, but it's still like with Nashville, they've got the Kings, the Sharks, the Kings again. So 2 games against the Kings within 4 days. The Ducks, which are okay, Utah again, the Wild, the Sharks, and the Ducks. So it's like these are games that when you see the same team twice in a week or so, it's hard to lose both of those games.
Yeah. No, it's and you're right, Donna. It's too bad they came up short in a lot of these games that they shouldn't have. Again, a lot of it is they don't get the shots on net. Like it just is what it is. And so they're going to have an off season that they got to really kind of figure out what it is they're going to do personnel wise. Defensively, they play well, but I mean, they're in their zone all the time. So the other team generally gets a lot of shots on goal. We actually have good goaltenders, but when you're getting peppered for 30, 40 shots a game, some of those are going to go in. Like it's just going to happen. So the fact that they just don't spend enough time on the opposite side of the ice, is really the downfall of this team. So can they get into the playoffs? Sure. But the problem is they're only as close as they are because of all of the overtimes that they went into during this season. 10 in the first 22 games. They had 3 over this road stretch here. And, because if it wasn't for those overtime losses, we wouldn't even be talking about it. They'd be the worst team in the division. So, and then once you get to playoff hockey, like that doesn't help you out at all. Like you got to win. So, unfortunately, these last 9 games are probably the last 9 games of the Kraken season here.
Yeah. Just following the game last night, it seemed like after the first period, I was like, all right, they're gonna challenge, they're gonna come firing in the second, and it just didn't materialize.
They did. The final 3 minutes of that second period. That was about the only life all game though. Yeah. So it was a little frustrating to watch. I was kind of glad that I was watching that, not the Mariners game, who decided to also lose 5-0. But so offense is a little bit of a problem here in the Pacific Northwest.
The Flyers were up against the Capitals yesterday, and they could have tied and gotten into that last position for the wild card, and tied for the wild card. They'd still be out because of the real win situation. You'd say that's one of the first tiebreakers is the real win, regulation wins in comparison to overtime wins. And that losing to the Capitals, they battled. The score was 6-4.
Right.
They would get down 2 goals, and then they would catch up by a goal and go back down by 2. So it was a tough battle throughout. They still have 1 game in hand against the Blue Jackets, but they need to win more games than the Blue Jackets. They're going to have to get more points because everybody who they are tied with has more regulation wins than the Flyers do.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be the biggest telltale. And it's so many teams. You think about all the teams that are in between for that last wild card spot. There's 5 teams. The Blue Jackets hold it at 88, but the Ottawa Senators, the Detroit Red Wings, the Flyers have 86 points, and the Capitals have 85 points.
Yeah.
And they all have. The Capitals have one less game, but they all have 8 games left to play. So it's going to be a sprint now to finish it off.
Yeah, no, Donna, we both understand that our teams are likely not to be in this thing.
Mm-hmm. Is that the official prediction? The Flyers don't make it?
Yeah,
not yet. No,
on my
don't have
side,
that prediction.
absolutely. Yeah, on my side, both our teams are helping us watch baseball. That's pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah, I am. I may go to some of these stadiums and try to put the fire under them a little bit.
Bring the mojo.
I mean,
yeah.
If it could help, why not? Right?
Exactly. Like, I feel like they need it. You know what I mean? I feel like that when I'm there, they do answer that call.
Yeah.
And it's not me. I get it. Me being there doesn't make them a better team.
Yeah.
It sometimes will rattle a goaltender. You
Right.
know what I mean? I'm definitely good at that part. But listen, it's the play on the ice that's going to make the biggest difference. And they go up against the Islanders here in a couple days. And hey, if I can get up there to that arena,
Go for it.
Yeah.
I think as a fan, you like to feel like you influence. We know we don't, right? But you still like to feel like, oh, hey, look, when I'm at these games, this what happens. We all get a little superstitious about certain things.
You know what? It's even more fun when you actually know that you are doing something to influence the game. Like I said, Russell Westbrook, I never needed to call him Westbrick. You know what I mean? I didn't have to. I was good at what I did, just going, Russell, like giving him the Daryl chant. That was enough to get under his skin.
For sure.
Jeremy Swayman, who is the goalie for the Bruins, you start giving him the Daryl chant, the Jeremy, he folds like a house of cards. You know what I mean? It's like it's bad.
Well, I mean, you can do that stuff to KD too. Like there's just some players out there that you can mess with their game. They listen too much to the crowd and all of that.
For sure.
Yeah. Now there's players that go the opposite way of that. Giannis. I was trying to mess with him, calling him Giannis. You know what I mean? Nope. He went off that game. You know what I mean? So you learn you can't do that. You gotta.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the Jordans and the Reggie Millers.
That's who I thought of. If you make him mad, it is over. If you got Jordan upset, he's dropping 50. So there's certain players that just rise to it.
No, you had to be praising him like nothing else. You're playing so good. Like, calm down. Yeah. And Joe, the Stars are second in the division, so they'll be in the playoffs. And he sort of accidentally did this when he came out for the Mariners, because we had our City Connect jerseys, and they are oddly similar to
very, very similar. And it was
almost identical.
I'm like, wow, this is Friday, and I'm wearing my Friday colors, and it looks like, and I can't stand, like, listen, if my hockey look, for the Flyers, and I look like Nemo, when I am doing the City Connect colors, I look like Dory.
Yeah.
That's true. That's accurate.
I'm not a fan of the City Connect colors, although some people love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, the colors make sense for, for our team, but like when I saw yours, I was a little bit surprised. For us, it looks a lot like our color scheme from the 90s. And so, when they brought them out, it's like, oh, I mean, yeah, okay. Like I remember us playing in similar stuff. So, but when you guys had it, I was like, oh, like I was surprised that they were so close.
Well, and because the hard part is that the city colors are blue and yellow.
Yeah.
And that was decided back in the 1700s. So, you don't typically refresh that history.
Right.
Sure.
Unless you're going through a big resurgence and stuff like that. And, I can imagine that there's some cities that have done that. But a city like Philadelphia, who is rich in history, is not going to change that. It's just not going to happen. The Eagles are green because when you combine the blue and yellow, which nobody seemed to like when they were the Frankfurt Blue Jackets or Yellow Jackets, they said, okay, you mix blue and yellow and you get green. That's what they were going to be. We're going to be green. That's as simple as that really made it.
I like it. We're trying to decide on a color. Tommy, what do you think? He's got two hands.
Sometimes simple is better, though. That's why.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just seeing how this came together. Like,
but so that's why it looks very similar to. And interestingly enough, it also looks very similar to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So
But
all the same.
But that was their colors also, right? Like that was their colors to begin with. So like the teams that already had it as their colors make sense to me. But I guess if the city colors were that, then fair enough. Based on the name itself of City Connect, I get it. But yeah,
You got to blame William Penn. I guess he likes blue and yellow.
Well, there you go.
And that being said, though, interestingly enough, Pittsburgh is the only city where all of their sports teams have the same color coordination. They are all black and yellow.
Okay.
It's very interesting. You don't really ever think of it like that.
Right.
And you could say Toronto Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs have the same color, and then you go to the Raptors and they're different.
Right.
I mean, for the most part, our teams do. Like we're all kind of a blue, white,
like a seafoam. Like you're a seafoam color. It's like
Yeah.
what they should, what you're expecting them to be.
Yeah, I mean, all of our teams are in that shade of blue and green, and that's pretty standard.
But Pittsburgh is the only one that gets listed like that.
Oh,
And speaking,
all right.
I can only say.
Well, no, but I mean, so that makes sense though, because although we are the same colors, it's like a different hue, right? So it's not the same color blue or black and yellow is pretty straightforward. Black is what it is. Yellow also kind of is what it is, whereas blue,
you're the bumblebees.
Exactly. So,
but anyways, yeah, and it's just kind of interesting that even the Penguins are black and yellow, because Penguins don't have a lot of yellow in them anyways. But
I mean,
just saying.
they got that little tiny bit. Got that little tiny bit of yellow depending on the type of penguin. So, a little bit. But,
I'm not ready for my penguin education this morning, though.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of penguins. They definitely do not have a lot of penguins in Alabama.
Absolutely
just the zoo. Just the zoo. One WNBA note before we get out of here. Part of that CBA actually is listing some back pay for former athletes. Now it's not a ton of money. That is super loud.
I was like, who's gonna say it?
Man. So the back pay for the
You got like this.
right, just blowing bubbles over here. So if you played in the league for 12 plus years, you get 100K. 8 to 11 years, you get 50. 5 to 7, you get 30K. So not a crazy amount of money, but better than the nothing they were going to get. So all of the players that were before are going to get a little bit of money if you were in the league for more than 5 years. So that's pretty cool.
I did not realize that.
It's super loud out there also. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just like, let's see how close I can get to my microphone. And
Well, just you guys are happy to know I'm finished.
Thank you. We can tell.
and so is this show. So if you've been watching along, we appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully you didn't click off us there for the last couple of seconds. If you're listening on the radio, be sure to hang out. 97.3 ICU Radio. Some smooth jazz coming up next. Otherwise, we will see you all tomorrow, except Herb, because he's going to be driving to go see his brother. So there is that. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Smooth jazz.
There we go.